What's up guys, Be By Mash UK, Speed VR with another video for you. Okay, so I've put up two videos this week. One showing the performance of a i7 7700K overclocked to 5 gig with the RTX3090. And another video with my 10700K i7 and the RTX 3090. So, is there a difference in performance with VR when it comes to the HP Reverb G2 and the Oculus Quest 2 running at full resolution? No. There is no fucking difference. I was right from the very beginning. The 7700K is more than enough to run the G2 with an RTX 3090. And it's cost me money to prove it. Okay? Although when anyone's saying, oh, you haven't set your CPU up right, or you've got things running in the background, listen, there is no difference. I have just played Assetto Corsa fully maxed out with Sol Extra, custom shader pack, 15 cars on track including myself, which is exactly the same settings that I used when I was benchmarking and running on the 7700K. Okay, I'm now on an 8 core 16 thread 5 gig CPU with the same graphics card and the same headsets, and there is no difference in performance. I've got the same frame rates, I've got the same frame times, I get the same reprojection, i.e. it doesn't stick to 90 FPS, it jumps between 88, 90, whatever, it goes down and comes back up again. There is no difference. All these people out there telling me it's the frame times. That's what you need the upgrade for. It's the frame times. The frame times are the same. At 90 FPS, my frame time is 9 milliseconds. The CPU was showing 5 milliseconds on the 7700K and the 10700K. There is no difference. So, lucky for you lot, if you were thinking, well, I want to get an RTX 3090, but Joe Bullshit YouTube channel keeps telling me that I need to upgrade my CPU in order to let the 3090 spread its legs and run at full speed. They're talking shit. Okay? So, am I pissed off? Yes, I am. I am pissed off. And I'm looking at the box and I'm thinking, I could send this back if I wanted. I got it all on Amazon. Just take it apart, get all the tin off the CPU, and just send it back to Amazon under their 30-day returns policy, and in the description of the reason why, just put not happy with performance. But I really can't be arsed. You know, it took me about 6 hours to get everything out my rig I had to take the water cooling out. I had to give it a good dusting down while I had the opportunity and get all my fans and cables looking nice. You know, I've got a 10700, I've got a Z290 or 270, whatever it is, motherboard there with a 7700K sat in it, you know, which is going to be installed in my friend's PC. And that is the only reason why I'm not sending it back, because I don't want to let my friend down, right? And you know, I'm annoyed at myself really for listening to other people. I've been in IT for 36 years. I know what a CPU does. Yeah, I know that the CPU sits there rendering, preparing rendering instructions, and when the CPU has done what it's got to do, it just says, GPU, time for you to do your work now. Let me know when you want me to do something else. And it just sits there, which is why when I was in the game, the CPU was sat at 35-40% utilization, running at 55 Celsius. This is a 5 gig CPU running 16 threads, you know. But you know, my rig's upgraded now, and the other hardware's sold pretty much, and it's cost me about what, 200 quid for my CPU up and motherboard upgrade. So it's not like I've gone out there and dropped £1,000. By the time I sell that and fit it for him and he gives me my money, and my CPU upgrade and motherboard has cost me 200 quid instead of 8. So I'm just a bit annoyed at myself that I let people try and tell me what I already know, you know. But the other thing is, you lot now know that if you've got a 7700K or a 9900K, or I would even go down as far as saying, if you've got an i5, you're okay. You're okay with this graphics card. You know, where this CPU comes into play is for someone who's got a 300 hertz monitor and plays at 1080p, and they want to hit that 300 FPS locked because they play professionally, or they're just competitive fuckers and they just want to win all the time. You know, that's what this CPU's for. It's not for someone who uses 4K and upwards. You know, ultra wide monitors, 3440 by 1440 upwards. You know, these big ultra wide monitors, 4K, 8K and VR. If you're one of those people, then you don't need to upgrade your CPU. And that is final. And I've proven it. Okay? If it was any other way, you know me, I love to shout my mouth off when I've just gained an extra 50 FPS. I'd be on here now saying, go out and buy the fucker, because you need it. But I'm telling you, you don't. And I've proved it for you. So let's discuss in the comments. You know, this PC, by the way, is running just Windows Mixed Reality, Steam, and it's fully patched. There's no shit, there's nothing running in the background. I haven't got 1,000 web pages open. Yeah, it's a gaming rig. So that's it, end of video. You don't need to upgrade your CPU. In fact, spend your money on a better GPU or some lager. Later.